It's your own life. It's small. It starts off very small in the palm of your hand, and it grows into achieving your goal. You just have to get it started. Like, we've all had small problems in our life that snowball and get bigger and bigger. What this is this is the opposite of that. This is something that starts really small and then ends up being amazing on a whole different level, life-changing. So this is how we get to $1,000 Pulse Bitcoin. The first step is you listening to this somehow found out about Pulse Bitcoin. It's a highly speculative thing, but you've seen what other cryptocurrencies have done, so it's worth giving a try. There's potential that someday Pulse Bitcoin could be worth a lot of money in the future. Here's the second step. You pick a reason why you're willing to make Pulse Bitcoin work for you. You can choose a goal or maybe a vision for your future or someone that you love. And you can really only get to 1,000x return in cryptocurrency. There's nothing else that can do that for you. So for an example, let's just say you're 19 years old and you really want a red Corvette. It's maybe $80,000. Let's say you're in college and you have, an idea of how to get it with Pulse Bitcoin, but it's really something that's a reach, something that you couldn't get if you didn't have 1,000x return. So you learn about Pulse Bitcoin. There's a chance it could be worth 1,000x, let's say in 3 years. That's definitely possible. So what you do is you divide how much money that you'll need for your red Corvette, around $80,000, and factor in inflation, of course. That's about $80 worth of Pulse Bitcoin today. So you buy that amount, that $80, and you lock up your Pulse Bitcoin for your 21st birthday, let's say in 2 to 3 years. Then you take your $80 worth of Pulse Bitcoin, you go to Pulse Bitcoin Lock, and you put an NFT picture of your red Corvette that you want to get, and then you come back to it in 2 years. The next step after that, and what makes the system work, is that since you understand the system, you know that it takes more people to know about Pulse Bitcoin for it to be worth 1,000x more. So in order to complete your part, you find 3 other people, tell them about the system, and however small that they can put into it, commit to their purpose. Just like your red Corvette, there's some reason why someone else would want to get 1,000x. Then you help them create their Pulse Bitcoin lock and help them to find their 3 people. So step 1 is you discover there's a chance you can seriously get 1,000x return in cryptocurrency. That's a real possibility for you. Most people think that they need maybe a lot of big buyers to come into a cryptocurrency, but that's not the case. We have great game theory and great tokenomics in Pulse Bitcoin. So all that we really need is a bunch of people, even with a small amount, as long as they duplicate that process. So let's say you start with $10, right? You get someone onboarded. That small $10 buy order can stack up over time, just as long as they find someone else who has $10. Because if you tell someone who tells someone who tells someone, it's just a matter of time for someone to do 50, 1,500, or 50,000. And that's why the only thing that really matters here is the duplication of the process. It's a big win for anyone who gets involved, especially at the beginning of the system. We're in a bear market right now. It's even better because we're in a bear market right now. And we're even in before the first halving, meaning that if we build enough demand and the supply gets cut in half and locked up, that on its own can double the price. So with the Snowball System, it's all about duplication. And the reason why it works is because we're all working towards our dream. And this creates a different kind of culture where people are actively participating in their own rescue. We're each building our future as opposed to maybe sitting on Telegram or on Twitter and asking when Lambo. With this system, the Snowball System, we're all focused on our own goal and we know exactly how to get there. And that's to spread the system. It's a simple path for all of us to get there. It all starts with finding someone with a dream and then helping them get onboarded into Pulse Bitcoin. So I just quickly went over to the PulseBitcoinLock.app and I just selected the first 5 vision boards that I found. The first one, it's 1,000 PulseBitcoin that's locked up for 3,000 days. There's about 2,900 days left on it. And it says, my college tuition plan, and it's for San Diego State University. There's another one that's locked up. It's 1,000 PulseBitcoin. It's for 1,000 days. It says bull market stash, always stake based off market cycles. Everything else is just narratives. The next one is, it's a 10,000 day, 1,000 PulseBitcoin lock. And it says, dear God, let me live to see the day my children cash this baby out, with a picture of his kids. And it says, amen. The next one says, it's 1,000 PulseBitcoin for 10,000 days. It says, this is a concept image of the house my drafter is currently engineering. Not only will this be the first house I'll own, but it's also my first NFT. And the last one I pulled up was 845 PulseBitcoin for 716 days. And it says, buy and hold PulseBitcoin for 2 years and create a very Merry Christmas 2024. Dated January 9, 2023. A gift to my future self. So that's what we're talking about with, PulseBitcoin. So while the market, while we still have this narrative that PulseBitcoin is some incentive token reward that, I'm getting every month, look how much I'm getting, look how much I can get with my ASIC stack. This is like my dump token that I'm selling, $4,000 a month for, $10,000 a month for. While people are doing that, other people who have spent time in crypto and know how these cycles work and really see the value in PulseBitcoin are locking up for years and years. Those are going to be the ones who are rewarded.